artists. Today we are going to be creating a poppy. Poppies are used as a symbol for our veterans and armed forces. And so here's how we're going to be doing that. We're going to be using a coffee filter, and coffee filters are really thin, so the whole time you work today I want you to work over 2 unfolded paper towels. We need to flip it over, and just along the edge I need you to carefully write your name and your class with pencil. Now we're going to flip it back over and start our painting process. We have a plate today that has red, yellow, and black paint. We're going to be saving black to the very end. Poppy flowers are kind of a reddish orange color, and so that's why we're using a little bit of yellow to bring out that orange color, but they're mainly red. So how we're going to do this today is we're going to start off with that red, and we're going to put 5 petals on our poppies. And so to do this, all we're going to be doing is starting in the middle, and you make an upside down U or a horseshoe shape. And you can already see that this is bleeding through, so we're going to leave that right there on the paper towel. Before we move on to our next petal, we need to mix a little bit of that yellow in there. So while that petal is still wet, you're going to pick up just a little bit of your yellow and mainly keep this on the outside of the horseshoe. And you can tell that the red overpowers it, which is what we want, to give it that nice kind of red-orange color just at the tip of the horseshoes. That's all you're going to do. The edge of the petal might be a little bit messy, and that actually gives it a more realistic look. Instead of picking up the filter, just rotate your paper towel and all. We're going to repeat this step 4 more times until we have 5 petals. Now artists, you're going to go to your sink and find a cup of water. You're going to put your brush inside the water and give it 1, 2, 3 swirls, and then leave it resting in the water cup, and I will take care of it from there. Okay, with a new clean brush, we're going to go ahead and use the black. And the very center of the poppy, for like the pollen area, it has black on it. And all we're going to be doing to do that is we're going to leave the very inside white, but kind of right where our red ends and our white touches it, we're going to put just little black dots. Now we're just going to take our brush and connect. And we leave just a little bit of white remaining in the center because that's what a poppy flower looks like. You're going to also return this brush to that same cup of water, give it 3 swirls, leave it resting. The project, paper towel and all, needs to go on the drying rack. When we use the drying rack, we start on the bottom row. The next artist will put theirs on the next row up, the next row up, the next row up, until we have filled up the drying rack from the bottom to the top, not skipping any rows. Now that our poppies have had a chance to dry on the drying rack, we are going to carefully peel them away from the paper towel. You may throw this away. We're going to be gluing the poppy to the black paper that looks like this. And we're going to use Elmer's glue today. Now when you do this, you have to flip the poppy upside down. Elmer's glue, we always untwist the cap all the way, and just like you would an empty ketchup bottle at home, you're going to shake it upside down 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Now the glue is more at the tip where it's supposed to be. In art class, we use a rule called dot dot, not a lot. You don't want to put the glue on the white part of the coffee filter because the coffee filter, again, is very thin and it will just seep through. You want to put the dots of glue along the edge of your poppy. When you're finished with the glue bottle, you need to close the lid, and you can even use a scrap from your table trash can to clean the top of the glue off. Now we're gonna flip the poppy over and put it right in the middle of the black paper. Just give it a few light taps. Now you can flip it over and give it a nice back massage. The last thing we're going to be doing to finish off our poppies is, I know it sounds silly, but we're going to use a black Sharpie on black paper because it does show up a little bit. In the lower left-hand corner, we need to write our name. And then in the lower right corner, you're going to put your class. Remember to snap that cap and give it a nap. Artists, that is a finished poppy flower made on a coffee filter. Good job today, artists.